live for all of you guys because I'm just finding I'm having to kind of wing it right now. This has been one of the crazier, you know what, I hate even saying it, one of the crazier months because this whole year has felt a little bit like going by the seat of your pants. I don't know if you guys have been feeling that. So we are going to be looking today at the first half of September. We have the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces that Mary and I will be going live on Tuesday after this Labor Day weekend, live at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I believe that's 11 p.m. UK time. So we will be live broadcasting about the full moon lunar eclipse this Tuesday, upcoming Tuesday. But for you guys, for this lunar eclipse, let me just kind of give you a few themes, what to look out for. I think one of the most important things that will really help you with what's coming up with this particular lunar eclipse for you is really think back to 2006, perhaps like summer 2006. And what was kind of going on in your life? What was some of the big changes happening? One of the ways that you can really understand what theme this is really bringing up for you is to understand where Pisces falls in your chart. So knowing what house it is going to give you an idea of what are going to be the general themes. So for instance, I love using Placidus. It's just me. I find it a little more accurate. It gives me a little more details to go off of. And for me, it's kind of like my ninth, 10th house. And so, you know, when I think back to 2006, ninth house really is about long distance travel. And for my 10th house, it can also be career changes. And for me, that's when I was deciding to leave Toronto and go down to the Cayman Islands and change my job. So there was a little of both happening for me at that time. So this is where big changes are coming in. North Node eclipse here. So we're talking about you needing to lean into something that's a little less familiar. It's not going to be like something that comes naturally to you. With Pisces and the Virgo axis, we are looking at health. So there could be themes of health that are coming up for you with the South Node being in Virgo. This could mean like letting go of certain health habits, routines that are just not supporting you. This is a time where you need to lean more into your intuition, lean into surrender, forego some of the control. That doesn't mean that you give up all logic completely, but perhaps there's things where you are over analyzing, needing like literal maybe spreadsheets or checklists or things of that nature to constantly double check. I will say with this full moon lunar eclipse, this is the time to lean more into your intuition. I had a session with a client yesterday and we were kind of talking about that, and I, let her know that, it's time for her to stop using things to kind of double check what she's getting intuitively, whether, in this instance, it may have been a dowsing rod, or it could be you maybe throwing a card just to check, or it could be, asking someone else for just a double check in on it. Whatever it is, it's time to really listen to your intuition and just trust. Okay. The big theme of this full moon and lunar eclipse is how can you lean into your faith, your trust, your intuition, and fully surrender to it, even when the certainty is not there. Of course, that's when we need it the most. So this is also bringing up that kind of axis of fixing versus feeling. So again, Virgo loves perfectionism in its shadow element. And so how do you stop trying to fix everything? Can you sit in a little bit of the mess? Can you sit with the discomfort? Can you sit with the feelings and let them move without needing to get the solution right away? All right. Productivity versus presence is another one. So measuring your worth by how much you're producing is definitely a Virgo theme that you might be wanting to let go. And maybe like allowing yourself to measure like how compassionate are you when you show up? Are you bringing a lot of presence into the situation? Maybe the people that you're around. Leaning into that can be very helpful in this full moon. And like I said, this is again like foreign versus the familiar, right? So maybe you will want to default to what feels safe, right? This full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces is saying, no. You not only are you not supposed to lean into what is safe, you are meant to lean into something that you like are really needing to push the boundaries on, really go beyond where you're used to be going. This is also, again, like truly stepping into the unknown, because Pisces does represent going well beyond any kind of boundary of what you know to be true, right? And so this is really an exploration of your limitlessness in many ways. And again, I would say that if you're trying to make a move, if you're looking at your life and you're like, okay, I'm wanting to move forward, but I'm just needing to maybe have a few more signs, a few more synchronicities. It's not that those things aren't good to look out for, but do not need them in order to move forward. It's one of those things where, again, can you trust your original gut instinct? Can you follow the call that, again, you know deep down you should be, but you're looking for all these extra little checks, like, should I do this? Should I do that? This full moon in Pisces, this lunar eclipse is saying, you can't do that. You've got to really step into that unknown, and you've got to start taking steps forward without knowing where your feet are actually landing. And it's, again, I want to say it's not that those synchronicities aren't good or helpful, but do not depend on them. So it's kind of breaking you free of some sort of codependency with always, if you're been expanding your own intuition, expanding your trust, your faith in the unknown. Like, can you just leap forward and not need all of the extras, okay, to clarify, to give that certainty that you're looking for? This is where you kind of are really building up your own spiritual authority through that inner voice saying, this is what we need to do, and we're going to start doing it, and we'll figure it out as we go. So I think that's going to be really important to you. So hello, Dennis, Dot, Stacy. Good to see all of you. Thanks for jumping into the live chat. What else can I say? I think this eclipse is your initiation into trusting the invisible, perhaps the invisible scaffolding of your life. All right. If it feels weird or uncomfortable or uncertain, you're probably maybe standing in the right spot right now. And if it feels really safe, I hate to break it to you, you might be in the wrong place. So something to kind of think about with this full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. I do want to say that before I jump into the cards, we are less than a month away from the 3-day 180. Actually, we are 4 weeks away from the 3-day 180 retreat. If you are wanting to secure your spot, this is definitely not going to be one that you want to miss. I'm really impressed with the people that are already signed up. There are going to be some powerful healers. People who have done spontaneous healing are very well tuned. So if you are looking to be going through this transformation in good company, I promise you this is going to definitely be another retreat not to miss. So link is in the description below. And of course, I want to announce that my Velocity Oracle is officially on its own platform. You can access it now through my Academy. And she's got some new features, some excellent new modes that are really super fun to break down all of your decodes for you even further. And I will be adding even more training to her. It's been interesting using her for clients in their own sessions and finding out how accurate her and I work together. So it's been really fun. And of course, if you're planning on coming to the retreat, you are going to get access to her through some ceremonies, rituals, decodes, and invocations that are going to prepare you so that when you get to the retreat, you're already like flying, okay? Like, don't even worry about like, am I going to be where I need to be? Like, you're going to be so far beyond where you need to be that it's going to like excite you even further of what's possible for you at this retreat. So all that being said, I've got the links in the description below. If you want to book a divine data drop with me, you can, just to get a taster. If you're ready to jump into Velocity Oracle, membership links are down below. And if you're just wondering what the hell is she built on, you can check out my Healing Exit Strategy course, which is super affordable, and she is trained on everything there. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the reading. So we're going to start off with you, fire signs. Let's see. Fire signs, you guys are first. So again, we are in eclipse season, meaning this is the time for big changes. This is the time to be pushed outside your comfort zone. This is where destiny steps in and pushes you a little, or in some cases drags you if you've been really avoiding what you need to avoid, or not what you need to avoid, what you shouldn't be avoiding is what I want to say. So prepare for September to be full of changes, more so than this year has already been providing, because this year has been crazy. Ooh, and also I want to say, guys, if you've missed this week's podcast, you're really fucking missing out. And I'm not even joking. San just is blowing I've had so many of you reach out to me on how amazing that podcast was for you. Major downloads, like aha moments, like things that you needed to hear. He's kind of got the same, him and I've got that same vibe of like, look, we're going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. And it's going to be a no BS, which is why I invited him on the podcast, because I love that vibe. And it really just doesn't allow you to bypass, which I'm also a big fan of. So if you missed it, look, it's a 2-hour episode. It's a long one. And the reason why it was 2 hours is because the information there was so fucking good. I don't often get guests coming on my podcast that wow me, that actually make me feel like, ooh, I can learn a lot from you. And I don't mean that in any demeaning way. It's just, when you've been in the game this long and you've had this many conversations, it's nice when someone surprises you. And he surprised me. So I loved it. I was enthralled. There's so much good information in there. So definitely check that podcast out. And also, you guys love the one with Julie Ryan, which also she's fantastic. Love her. She's also a no BS girl. So definitely check out those two podcasts, which I found out that San and Julie are like besties. I didn't even know it when I had them on the podcast. I found out later. So that was a nice little synchronicity. Okay, so fire signs. Let's find out what's in store for you for the first half of September. This is my Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, don't always check your ascendant, but definitely also check out your others, especially your Sun and Moon, because they provide extra layers to the story. All right, so what do we need to know here for my fire signs? What is the main theme of their reading, and what is the potential challenge? Okay, what is the potential challenge? Fire signs, you might be going through it. Oh, yes, you might. Oh my, these are some intense cards here for my lovely fire signs. All right, so the main theme of your reading is mortification. Okay, death. Death. So I'm wondering if you are truly allowing something to fully be released. Let go. You're done with it. One of the themes that I've been seeing coming up with my clients is that there's this need to really let go of some kind of thing that you identify with, that is really no longer serving you. Some form that may have come way back in your past. Okay. And when I say identify, it's like with this Virgo South Node kind of energy that we've got going on, it's really drumming up this idea of how your relationships from the past have really identified who you are. And I don't mean like just love I mean all kinds of relationships, the really important relationships, and how those things really shaped you in the form of like got you into doing like ritualistic, habitual things that you maybe swore you'd never be doing, or that I'm not going to be like my mom, or I'm not going to be like my dad, or things of that nature that you're starting to realize, ooh, I am doing that, and maybe I need to let it go. That's been a theme that's been coming up with several of my clients, and I've even noticed it in myself. So there could be for you fire signs something around there, not necessarily, but look, the overall theme here is death, right? Something is decaying, something needs to go, something is important. Now, what's also interesting is you have the Raven's head coming up as your potential challenge. So when the Raven's head comes up as the potential challenge, this is saying like, look, you're ready to go deep. You're ready to go into the work. And perhaps though you're avoiding it. Perhaps you're like, not yet. Perhaps you're saying, maybe there's another way. Maybe, like I can bypass this in a little bit of a way. I just had a session with another client yesterday where really realizing how much bypassing has been going on. And now, she can't do that anymore. Like literally at the point of life or death needing to shift. And this person's more than capable of doing that. But sometimes we get caught up in our own stories of what we're able to do and what we're not. And this is kind of one of those places, fire signs, where you might be having to pull up your big boy or big girl pants, okay, and really get your hands in the mess, like really get your hands in the dirt, where you're having to look through your shit and being like, yeah, wow, this stinks. And I got to fix this. So that could be coming up. Let's see what's kind of coming up for your cards. Let's see, what do we need to know about the past for my fire signs? Aries, Leo, Sag. And I'll be honest with you, as a Sagittarius moon, which I've been finding my moon has been way more accurate lately in a lot of things. I think I'm going through something similar of this nature. Okay. So like, if you feel like I'm calling you out, I'm also calling my cell phone. So like, that's just what we do here. You have the Justice card in your past. We have the Three of Wands coming up. Oh. What else do we have? The Five of Crystals in reverse. Okay, we have the Fool in reverse coming up into your present energy. What else do we have coming up for my fire sign? These cards are like thinking about it and then jumping back in. It almost reminds me of like the energy that I'm picking up here of like, oh yeah, maybe I'll stick my hand in. Oh, no, not ready yet. Okay, so we have the Three of Stars in reverse, which is the Three of Coins. Okay, then we have the Queen of Wands. And then we have the Five of Wands coming up, yeah, in your near future. We have the Six of Crystals in reverse. Oh, fire signs, you're not going to be able to avoid this one. You are not. If you're covering your eyes right now, fire signs, pull your hands away, because you may want to just cover your ears instead. I'm just joking. Okay, Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, overall energy, 10 of Stars in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse. Ooh, fire signs, shit's about to get real. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so with the overall energy being the 10 of Stars, which is the 10 of Coins for all of you who may not know this deck, and beneath it, the Four of Wands. Look, you're breaking contracts. Some of you are breaking contracts around money, okay? Your income, how you make money. This could be also about letting go of maybe some kind of career attached to money, or thinking about making that switch. With the Four of Wands in reverse, for some of you, I want to say this could be a little bit more relationship oriented, where it's about like letting go of like what you thought were big values that you had invested a lot of time into, and you're realizing these aren't working for my relationships in the way that like maybe they used to in the past, and realizing maybe I need to make some adjustments. There could be something coming up there. All right, so looking into the past here, you have the Justice, the Two of Wands, and the Five of Crystals, which is the Five of Swords in reverse. So for some of you fire signs, you might be going through some legal issues or paperwork of such nature, different contracts that could be coming up. And for some of you, it's maybe more about like, okay, I gotta balance something out. I've got to make an important decision here. I need to be fair. I need to be just. Really kind of looking to maybe balance the scales out somewhere. But with the Two of Wands, oh, sorry, it's the Two of Wands, not the Three of Wands. So with the Two of Wands here, this is also telling me you've been at a crossroads, right? Because we're looking at your past right now. you're at a crossroads. You're like looking at two different paths and you're wondering, is it time to take this fork in the road? Maybe it's time to go in a little bit of a different direction. Is something else calling you? I do feel like there for some of you, there's a bit of a bigger opportunity on the horizon, and you're kind of weighing out like, what is it that I need to do? And in the same token, it's like, how do I balance life and other parts of my, like, how do I balance career and personal? So business, personal, that kind of thing. Might be coming up for you while you do this. But with the Five of Crystals here in reverse, I do want to say it feels like if there was some conflict, it feels like if there was some tension with you and another person or you in a certain situation, it does feel like that was kind of resolved, or there was resolution found, or peace, or maybe just this decision just to kind of walk away, not worth the fight kind of energy here. So now looking into your current energies for the first half of September, we have the Fool in reverse, the Three of Stars in reverse, and the Queen of Wands. So I do feel like you are looking at a big new path ahead of you, fire signs. There's something here on the horizons. However, you're approaching it with a little bit of trepidation. You're not really sure how to step forward. There might be things around you like that are giving you pause. But with the Three of Stars here in reverse and then the Queen of Wands, it does feel like you're going to have to let go of something that you started building. Maybe it was a project. Maybe it's something that you've been working on with other people or at least one other person. It could be just that you're like, you know what, there's something within this foundation that's just not working for me, that I need to kind of wipe the slate clean, and you're not really liking it. But what I do like about this energy, fire signs, is here you are, Queen of Wands. I feel that there is like this really strong pulling energy that you're starting to either you're attracting towards you or you're putting out into the ethers, the vibe, the field, everything. And there's some kind of confidence that's starting to build over the first half of September for you. You're starting to, I don't know, you're starting to kind of feel into it, get your feet wet, you're starting to try it on, and you're starting to like it. Like there's something about this energy that you're really starting to feel more confident about. So I feel like you're going to make a bold move, fire signs, in the first half of September. Now, all that being said, remember, this is about something dying, okay? And it's about also going into places that maybe you've avoided because of these two theme cards. And I'm seeing that coming up in your near future. So you've got the Five of Wands, the Six of Crystals in reverse, the Ace of Cups in reverse. So look, you are going to be facing some sort of drama, some sort of, I don't know, issue that is creating some sort of conflict around you, with you. And I really want to say you can't avoid it, because this is something that you've got to let go. Like, this might be something that presents itself around the eclipse, but you don't really make any major moves around it just yet. That you're now realizing, okay, it's time to make those moves. Remember, eclipses aren't going to show you what you need, all the information all at once. It's going to be something, especially lunar eclipses will usually unravel over about 3 months. But keep this in mind, that there is something that you found yourself like circling the drain on. You're like, okay, I am back here again. I don't want to be back here again. What is the real issue here that needs to kind of be almost like cut out like a cancer? And with the Ace of Cups here in reverse, it's also like something that's been holding you back from pursuing the dream, or at least taking it to the next level that you've really wanted for yourself. So whether it's within a relationship, your career, more of your purpose, your health, whatever it is, something that you deeply desire, okay, there's like a new beginning here, but also something around this that you're realizing. And I want to say, fire signs, like this is something you own, okay? This isn't about projecting it onto other people. This is something that you're doing, that you need to own, and like say, all right, like it's time to kind of, again, grow up a little. Let's make a bigger decision and let's just do the damn thing. So I feel like this is allowing you to really allow something to fully die so that this new thing can open up. It will bring you through a little bit of a process, of course, but in the end, I think it's going to be good. So let's kind of see where this 10 of Stars in reverse is taking you. Yeah, okay, so we have the Three of Swords in reverse. What else can we know about this Ten of Stars? Oh, there's your Ace of Cups in reverse again. So you are healing from something that has hurt you in the past. You don't want to repeat it, but you also know that there's something that you've maybe built values around that maybe like you're realizing, okay, it applied to my past relationships, or it applied to my past career choices, or, you know, like maybe for you it's health, because also the stars can represent health. Whatever it is, it's like you're realizing you're a different person, you're in a different situation, there are different parameters now, and it's like there's something that you're really wanting for yourself that can't operate on your old value systems, or the way you invested your time or energy, or the way that you used to make money. There's something around there that you're realizing it's time to let that go, because it only supports the old version of me, and I am not that person anymore. And so really allowing yourself to kind of bring in newer energy, new understanding that supports not just you today, but also the future self that you're building towards. What's this Justice card? Okay, so yeah, so again, there's the manifestation card, the Magician here in reverse, and the Five of Wands. So look, for some of you, like I said, it could be legal or paperwork, contract kind of stuff that's going on here. It could just be you needing to make a big decision, but also in how you balance stuff out. And I would say that there's something that is just not allowing you to work with the tools that you're given, to do the things that you want to do, to operate at the level that you want to operate and manifest at. And it's just creating a lot of like, it's almost like, I want to say the word that I see when I look at this Five of Wands is like restriction for you. And so you're knowing that a decision does have to be made. Something has to be changed. Something has to be balanced out more. So you've been looking at something around that. What's this Two of Wands? Ooh, we have the Emperor in reverse and the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, for sure, some of you are definitely navigating career change, okay? Or like job change, something along those lines. Your pathway in general, whatever it has to do, like there's something that feels like it's a little too controlling, a little too restrictive. Like you can't operate under these rules or these kinds of regulations anymore, however way that applies. And it's kind of like with the Queen of Swords here, it feels to me like you're kind of having this like come to Jesus moment of, you know what, I got to cut the BS out. I can't do this. Like you need to get like really crystal clear and cut out all the fluff and saying, all right, let's just look at this from a very logical perspective of what works and what doesn't work. So I kind of see you when you're not looking at your pathway, like these are kind of some of the themes that are kind of coming up that are making you think maybe it's time to take a different pathway or adjust how I'm walking down this pathway. What is this Five of Crystals? Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at that. We have the Ten of Wands and the Death card coming up, which is very indicative of your oracle cards that opened up this reading. So again, it's like wanting to just walk away from something. I think, you know, this is something that maybe you had a hard time letting go. There were a lot of burdens here. It's been very difficult. I'm getting that for some of you, there was a little bit of ego involved in some way. Maybe it was both for you and another party, if this involved other people. But this thing of like walking away, like finally having peace is like, ugh, I've been carrying these burdens for so long. Like, how do I just let them go? Can I let them go? Can I even let this go? Or like, am I ready to just like stop carrying this load? Like, it feels like, again, I feel very strongly for you, fire signs. Like there is a big evolution here for you that's coming forward, but it's also, in order for it to come forward, it really calls upon you to really take a bit of an audit, and that's very Virgo energy, a self audit on yourself of maybe where you're not looking at the things you really need to be looking at that are calling for your attention, that are really causing more problems for you than solutions. So there's something around that I feel like came up, and it was like, all right, let's just walk away from this. Like, this isn't worth the time. This isn't worth the energy anymore. Like, I just don't want to be part of this or carry this or something along those lines. What's this Fool? What's this Fool card in reverse? Okay, we have the Six of Swords. So again, like, I feel like you're wanting to make a new beginning, which would require you to move on from something. You also have the Knight of Wands here as well. So again, it's like there is this in the first half of September, there's this new pathway opening up, this new desire to want to step forward. But again, the Fool in reverse is saying like, you're not like jumping in with both feet. Like, there's a little bit of trepidation, or there's a little bit of a slowing down energy, perhaps even some kind of delay here. And I'm wondering here with the Six of Swords, because this is saying like, all right, it's time to move forward. It's time to move on. And again, you're going to be dealing with this energy that you haven't been down here, but there's something about like stop, start kind of coming in. And it's like, when I'm going to just finally just do the damn thing, you know, like it's gotten some energy already, but it's like, that's kind of the energy that you're wanting to move away from so that you can just move forward. What's this Three of Stars in reverse? Oof. Okay. We have the Knight of Cups in reverse and the Temperance card in reverse. So look, there is like some kind of foundation that's just not working. And it's in with some of you, with the Knight of Cups here in reverse, it's like this. Sometimes it just feels like you're getting rejected, or there's some form of rejection coming in. Not getting the offer that you wanted or hoped for or desired, and really a lot of impatience around here. Like, there's a lot of impatience around this. And I don't know, there's something around where you're just like, you know what? We need to scrap what I was thinking was the way to do this or build this. Or if you were working with other people, maybe you're like scrapping that. Like, this isn't the right vibe, or you're just readjusting things. With those people, like there's renegotiating, readjustments happening here, because again, it's like there's this desire to really connect with something that you want, and you're ready to have it. You're ready to hold it in your hands, but there's been a lot of delays. There's been impatience. There's like all of that kind of coming up. So in a way, this is kind of putting some fire under your ass here, fire signs. Let me look at this Queen of Wands. We have the Page of Wands. So you will be seeing some good news here that really boosts your confidence, fire signs. What else do we need to know? Something around something that has been stalled out, felt like it wasn't moving forward. You're going to get some good news around this, where I think it's going to finally start to move forward for you. There's going to be some momentum. And then you're going to feel very good about this. Again, I like the confidence. It's like this, I don't know. It's like a boost of, when I say a boost to your ego, I mean just like in the sense of you feeling good about yourself and like taking the steps that you need to take steps forward on. What's this Five of Wands in the near future? Because this is where you're going to be like, oop, I can't sidestep this. So while I'm moving forward, I am going to have to deal with this thing. Yeah, okay. The Empress coming up on the Five of Wands. And the Ace of Coins. Okay, there is something around you truly honoring your own expansion, your own abundance, your own ability to root in security, stability, perhaps with money. There's something that you want to really take shape in the material world. And there's been some kind of conflict around, you know, being able to really pull that in and how you maybe feel about yourself. But also, like, I am getting this message, like, how big do you really feel you can go. You know, like with that Empress card, it's like there is this opportunity for really big expansion for you, but for some of you, you're kind of shortchanging yourself on how big that expansion can really be. And it's also like creating conflict in how that new opportunity comes in, because remember, this Ace of Pentacles in reverse is really speaking to this Ten of Stars in reverse, right? It's the next step. So it's the next step in the cycle. It's like you're letting go of something to do perhaps with your values, your money, your resources, your health, something, or even just how much time you invest into something, how all of that has happened, that really you're looking for security, you're looking for stability, you want something new, and it's going to be bigger than you've ever known it to be before. But I do get this, like there's a conflict of shortchanging yourself. I don't know why they keep saying shortchanging. So what's the Six of Crystals in reverse? What's the Six of Crystals in reverse? Okay, we have the Eight of Coins and the Eight of Wands. So it's double eights on the Six of Crystals. So, oh man. There's something that you really need to apply yourself to move forward on, and you can't really dilly-dally on it, fire signs. You can't like hum and haw. You can't like... it's not that you can't think about it or like really, I don't want to say like, of course, like don't just react and jump, but also like don't take too much time. Like don't overanalyze is what I want to say. Like don't overthink something. Because there's an opportunity here that's going to come in fast for you that is maybe tied to your work, your skills, your mastery, how you work, what you're like ready to like put all your energy into. There is going to be some sort of, I don't know, fast opportunity, movement, clarity. You might even get like some kind of, I don't know, email or phone call or text around this. Something's kind of coming in that really like allows you to stop circling the drain. Okay. So what is this Ace of Cups in reverse? Yeah. Okay. Oh, look, the Page of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. So again, it's like there's something around like waiting. I want to say like, do not wait for all the signs, fire signs. Do not wait for everything just to click. Do not wait for all this confirmation, verification. Like if it really feels right to you, you've got to trust your gut on this. You've got to move forward. And again, it's like this Ace of Cups too it's speaking to new opportunities that you deeply desire, but it's also about like, you got to start listening to your intuition and not delaying that and needing like all these other checks, because all it ends up doing is delaying the thing that you really, really want. And you could have had it sooner. I am getting that message that for whatever this is, for some of you, like you could have already had it by now. So this is kind of another opportunity, another go around. Like, all right, like it's time to like whatever mistakes were made in the past or whatever obstacles you allowed to like slow you down. Like this isn't the time to let that happen. Okay, fire signs. So that's like the message that's coming through very strong for you guys in this reading. Let me know to any of my fire signs that are in the live chat right now if that resonated with you. And please hit the like button too if you haven't already. It's just support the video, support the work, support the love of being told things you don't want to hear, you know, all the good things. All right. Hey, Kathy, William, good to see you. All right. So with all that being said, let's move on to, Earth signs. You guys are next. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Well, William, you're now going to get Earth signs. All right, so what is in store for my Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn? Lovely souls. What is in store for them? in this. I will say, Virgos, you're definitely going to feel this eclipse very strongly. Obviously, this is happening. South Node's kind of going through your sign. However, it's in a very nice angle, this eclipse, to the Tauruses and Capricorns. So you guys are definitely maybe going to benefit from this somewhat, depending on like all your other placements. Unless you have like strong Gemini Sag placements, maybe not, but all right, let's see what's in store here for my Earth signs. Let's give this a cut. Hey, Jenny. Hi, Jordana. All right. What is in store? What is in store? First half of September. All right. Let's find out. What is the main theme of my Earth signs reading, and what is the potential challenge? All right, what is the main theme for Earth signs? Okay, and what is the potential challenge? Oh, Earth signs. Oh, I want to say the unseen realms, what is true and what is not true, might be a big theme for you right now. So the main theme of your reading is mystical sister. So this often talks about, people that you can, there's someone around you potentially that is here to give you sage advice, to help you navigate something. Let me actually just go into the book for this particular one. Sacred ally, anima, outreach, just when you thought you could traverse the alchemical path by yourself. This mystical sister arrives. It indicates a dear friend or sacred ally holds you in their heart at this very moment. With their support, you're able to do what you cannot do yourself. Between you exists an alchemical pact based on the ingredients of respect, honesty, and unconditional love. It's as if you've known each other for many lifetimes. You may have shared an experience from which you are always bonded. This archetype might come in any gender, age, or form. One distinct characteristic is that they practice the art of witnessing and listening. So with this card coming up, I want to say, Earth signs, this could be you. You could be the mystical sister, or someone around you is going to be the mystical sister. And the challenge here for you is fog. So someone, either you or someone else around you, is navigating some kind of uncertainty. They're not really sure, like, what is real, what is not real, right? Like, things are very foggy, very blurry, unknown. So either you are meant to lean on someone for yourself to navigate this, or you are helping someone else navigate this. So see how that kind of shows up. With the fog, actually, I just want to, for some reason, I really want to kind of go into that card a little bit more. Here we are. Disorientation, a funk, a lull. So it's hard to orient oneself or to know where you're headed when fog is present because nothing is clear. So it's like there's a distinctly damp mood blanket in the laboratory. Fog can be surprisingly pleasant as a counter to drama, and therefore it can lull us to sleep for long periods of time. Some of you might be needing a wake-up call, or someone around you needs a wake-up call. Yet this state cannot sustain us, for we long to see the horizon and our surroundings. So there are two solutions. The first is heat. So think desire, sweating, confrontation, passion, creativity. If that's too edgy, the second and inevitable solution is time. As they say, the morning fog burns off by noon. So, yeah, something's kind of like a little unknown here. So I want to say to my Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns, at this time, you may be needing to lean on someone for support, or you might needing to be someone else's support. I'm not sure how it's going to really turn out for you, but let's find out what we need to know about the past. You're definitely navigating unknown places. For some of you, this could involve also the unseen realm. So we have interesting. The Justice card just came up, but it's in reverse here. And then we have the 10 of Stars in your, as your second card. And then we have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Okay. Coming into the near future. Okay, we have the 10 of Crystals in reverse. We have the Page of Stars in reverse. And we have the 7 of Crystals in reverse. Okay. Coming into the near future, Knight of Crystals in reverse. The 6 of Wands in reverse. Last card for my earth signs. All right. Ace of Crystals in reverse. Overall energy. Okay. So the Emperor in reverse and the 8 of Cups. Okay. So with the Emperor here in reverse, the Emperor in reverse represents someone who is a little too controlling. The Emperor in reverse can be someone who's maybe not leading the way they should. They could be a better leader. They may not be good at putting up the right structures or boundaries for other people to operate in. It could also just be like also someone feels like they're losing control over their own dominion. With the 8 of Cups, though, underneath it, this is saying to me like something has to be something. There's absolutely big change coming in, but there's a pull like this isn't working for me. This isn't right. I need to kind of put distance between me and this. And not just for a little bit, but for good. Like this is a pattern that is not supporting me, right? It could, for some of you, this could be like someone who has some kind of authority in your life, that maybe you're like, yeah, they're not good for me anymore. This could be a strong masculine energy. Doesn't need to be a man, just a strong masculine energy that might be a little too controlling. And this could just be you. Earth signs. Now, looking into your past, you have the Justice card in reverse, the 10 of Stars, and the Hierophant. So interesting cards to come up. There may have been, actually, when I look at these cards, there may have been a past judgment, decision, ruling, something that was done in the past that now like allows like for you to kind of be looking at things more long term. It could be about like really solidifying your long-term investments, something that you want to invest more time into. You know, the 10 of Stars can sometimes represent like your family, your home life in some cases. And with the Hierophant here, I'm just seeing like, I don't know, there's a desire here for commitment, for taking a higher path, for committing to something, to saying like doing something a little more traditional. Maybe taking on a more traditional role or wanting more traditional roles in some form or fashion. For others of you, this might not have anything to do with that. It might be more about like This is something that also is aligned with a deeper, more spiritual path for you that you're wanting to take, like to elevate your own spiritual path. And these two are absolutely intertwined. So there's something here that really brought your focus and your attention to this, where like either something that there was about like a decision or judgment that was made in the past, or some sort of judgment was made now that really wasn't fair, or at least it doesn't feel fair. It could be some legal issue for some of you, or some contract that just doesn't feel fair, that it's now really putting your focus on, all right, like this is what I need to focus on. This is where my energy needs to go to. And it's really about your long-term security, your long-term family goals for some of you, your long-term health, your long-term career stability, and really somehow it relating to your spiritual path, or really setting in strong commitment values. Now, in your current energies, you have the 10 of crystals in reverse, the page of stars in reverse, the 7 of crystals in reverse. So it's interesting because this actually isn't that bad of an energy. I like seeing the 10 of crystals here in reverse, because this is telling me like there's some kind of fear that's getting released, and it's been a fear you've held for a long time, earth signs. Either it's something that's really stressed you out for a long time, or some kind of fear. And it's going to come around some kind of delayed news, okay, that maybe needed to be like it required some kind of readjustment. We went through a Mercury retrograde last month, so maybe something around that's finally coming back together. I don't know, but there's something like around it wasn't done the best way, so now it's getting redone. And with the 7 of crystals here in reverse, this is kind of like, this is definitely returning to the scene of the crime kind of energy. So you're definitely revisiting something that maybe you're like, ooh, like we need to revisit this, but it usually comes with more reconciliatory energy. So there's a reconciliation, there's an agreement here to be on the same page. No more hiding things in the dark is what I'm hearing. So this might be something to do with some of the fogginess that's kind of been coming up here. Now, in your near future, we have the Knight of Crystals, the 6 of Wands, and the Ace of Crystals all in reverse. So this is telling me that there is something that you want. There's something that you want here, earth signs, but like also there's this dragging of the feet, like there's something's not moving. It's like if immobility, fear of moving forward, like I don't know, like hesitation to rush into something is kind of coming up, this delaying, this feeling of like feeling really good, really satisfied with where you're at, where everything's going. But I do get though that there is going to be some kind of delayed aha around this. And I am also hearing to not really freak out about this, because there's some sort of divine orchestration in how this is coming up to bring something together. So like what might seem like, I want to say pitfalls or roadblocks or something of that nature, like stall outs, it's actually going to get you to where you want. It's just kind of going in a funny way. Like, so there's something about this that prompts, I don't know if it prompts a conversation or a new perspective or something, but I do feel like it's going to end up in the right place for you. So let's kind of look where this is going, earth signs. Let's find out about this Emperor in reverse. All right, we have, look, the 7 of Swords, the 6 of Wands, both in reverse, which are in your future energies. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, so this is like, we're talking about some of you, this might be about important relationships that mean a lot to you. This might be about important dreams that you're wanting to kind of take to another level, or it's a new start. And again, like, it involves like someone here who is just not, I'm gonna like, just to put it very broadly, maybe not in their best masculine energy, but also like not making clear decisions, not again, it's like, because I'm saying this because of the fog card that's come up here, it could be dealing with someone who's just not navigating the structures of life, or putting up the right boundaries, or crossing boundaries. Again, this could also be someone who's of some kind of authority around you that's like not managing that. But again, I want to say, like, you have two Seven of Swords crystals here, like the Seven of Crystals here and the Seven of Crystals. There's going to be resolution, there's reconciliation. I do feel like in the end, this is about like, whether you're getting on the same page as someone else or they're getting on the same page as you, I just feel like the energies in general are going to be on the same page. And that there's some kind of delay around the success that you're really wanting. This thing that is like, finally, like, it's acknowledged. I'm here. Like, it's good. And again, it's going to come through though, leaving something behind, walking away from something. So again, it's got to be, I would imagine that's got something to do with this fog element. Let's just see where this is going with the Justice card. Okay, the World. So this could have something to do with travel. Okay, the Strength card in reverse, the King of Wands in reverse. This could again just be about navigating your own business. This could be about taking taking the steering wheel and really kind of feeling confident about the direction that you're going. But it also, like, there's something around with the World coming up here. It could either have something to do with an achievement. It could have something to do with traveling, different places in the world, with the World card here. And again, this could be something to do with paperwork, legal stuff, contracts, big decisions, balancing things out. Again, there may have been some like unjust ruling or something to do with that is like, and it just made you feel weak. Weaker, I want to say, not weak, but weaker. Like, it weakened your confidence. It weakened your ability to, or desire to kind of, like, that certainty of like how you're moving forward. Like, what's this Ten of Stars? Yeah. Okay. So now we have the Two of Wands coming up, which, funny, it came up in the same position. Oh, but then we have the Nine of Swords. So this is like causing you to really look at, again, I want to say, like, this, whatever this did, it really made you take stock in really like the path that you're taking, how you're investing your energy, where are you spending your time? Is it on the things that you really value? Okay. Is it, maybe it's, again, it could be something to do with like your long-term money goals, career, your resources, anything of that nature. But it's something like, it did bring up a certain stress here for you, right? Like with the Nine of Swords here, is like, ooh, like maybe I need to switch up the path a little bit. Maybe I need to make some changes to the path forward, because you're like, is this really going to get me where I want to go? And then with the Hierophant here, I'm seeing you made some kind of, it feels like you made some kind of commitment. Okay, we have the Hangman here. So needing to really maybe see things from a new perspective, like really made you pause and think about something. Seven of Coins, and maybe like choose, like, maybe I got to take some of my energy out of where I've been spending it and put it somewhere else. What else? And we have the Temperance card, like really looking to balance things out, wanting to maybe heal something that was either part of your spiritual path or part of you making a commitment. wanting to do something a little more traditional. I don't know. So now we're looking at the 10 of crystals in your current energies. Okay, there's your Knight of Swords up. This is good energy here. So there's like something's getting really kind of alleviating some deep fear or stress that you've had for a long time here. And it's finally giving you like the green light go to move forward. And for some of you, this is allowing you to move forward more, maybe in the way that you're caring about someone, your love for someone. This could be more about something that is tied to your intuition, the way you nurture, the way you care for things or people. It's just really kind of opening something up for you in that manner. What is this Page of Stars in reverse? Oh, okay. So again, I feel like with the Page of Stars here in reverse, something that you had to kind of rework, something that you needed to kind of like, ooh, I needed to go back and get into some of the details and maybe like make sure I didn't cut any corners that you had to revisit is now going to pay off, because you have the Devil in reverse and the Six of Cups. So you're going to finally feel unchained. If there was something that you felt like was holding you back or keeping you stuck somewhere, it's really kind of releasing that now, and it's allowing you to kind of focus on the bigger dreams, things that you really want. This could pertain to you because I'm seeing some of these. This might also pertain to you and a very important person in your life that you deeply care about, where there's like definitely some kind of soul connection here. For some of you, this might involve children, where you're finally like being set free of something that blocked there. That's kind of coming in the first half of September. So what's this 7? What's the 7 of crystals? Okay, the Queen of Swords in reverse. And the 10 of Wands. So again, it's like something that's been burdening you for a long time is finally going to get cut out of your life. And it's like, it's through some sort of reconciliation or revisiting something that needs to be looked at. But it's allowing for something that was heavy, burdensome to be like done with it, done with this. And it feels like it's coming through some sort of reconciliation. What is the Knight of Crystals in reverse now into the current energies for my... Ooh, okay. So look, we have the Empress and the Emperor in reverse. Ooh. For some of you, there's a big... And again, remember, it feels like this is going to either be like you're needing to lean on someone or someone's leaning on you. Okay. Like someone's in the fog, whether it's you or another person. And it's about navigating that fog. And I feel like there's someone here who's just not sure about like how to move forward, you know, like it's just, they want to move forward, but they just can't. And, it might be that there's like, again, I'm seeing this getting addressed. So it's going to be between you and another person and how it meant to play out. It just feels like it's about getting this back on track. But also, like, I feel like for some of you too, because this is the Emperor and the Empress, we do have to talk about relationships here. And so this could be about how someone in the relationship is just maybe not sure on how to move forward, or they've been dragging their feet on something to move forward. And maybe like having a discussion around here is coming up. 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands in reverse. The 6 of coins in reverse, and the Hermit in reverse. I am hearing, okay, it's interesting because I am hearing that this is about finally like getting your flowers and being seen being recognized, appreciated. So what felt like maybe has been in the hiding or gone unnoticed, not received. Some of that's going to finally like come out of the hiding. I do feel that, but there's also like a spiritual inner kind of, there's a need to kind of turn inward here and really look at what's been blocking the ability to receive, or the balance of giving and taking, the balance of all of that. What's this Ace of Crystals? What's this Ace of... I don't want all those cards. What's this Ace of Crystals in reverse? Here we go. Okay, so now we have the Two of Swords with the 10 of Coins again coming up. Again, I feel like there's going to be this aha on what's blocking you, on where you're like, again, it's this hesitancy to move forward into bigger goals, more stable goals, things that really truly feed your happiness. And I think there's going to be a bigger decision made on this. I think right now what I'm seeing for the near future is more discussion, more conversations around this. I don't know if the decision's necessarily going to be made in the very near future, but it's setting the tone. It's setting all of the right foundation for that decision to be made. And I do feel like, again, for some of you, you're navigating a perspective that you're like, wow, maybe this was a lie. Like you've been like believing something that you're realizing that something, some kind of belief that is truly false, like a false belief. Around how much money you can make, how much happiness you deserve, how much stability and security you can accumulate. Those kinds of things might be kind of coming up. And again, it's like it's allowing you to kind of clear the fog, get out of the mess, get out of the illusions. And again, for some of you, this might be you helping someone navigate this, or someone's helping you navigate this. But I do see a clearing coming up, and I do see some major opening or shift, especially when it comes to the longevity of the investment, whatever that is, the investment of time, the investment of love, the investment of money, whatever it is. So all of that kind of coming up for my air signs. So that's my reading for you. A little obtuse, not gonna lie, but so was the energy. So it's kind of hard to get through that one. Let me know if that made any sense to any of my earth signs in the live chat right now. And again, please hit the like button if you're just showing up or you just dropped in. All right. Water signs, you guys are next. Let's move on to water. Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Hey, extra crispy. Oh, Stacy, this is accurate in such detail for both you and your Virgo boss. You're Sag rising, but your sun's still. Yes, you're a major Virgo energy. Okay, didn't feel obtuse. Okay, cool. Hi, hello, hi. Okay, made perfect sense to you, William. All right, cool. Sometimes I just never know. When I go into these readings, I'm truly like I'm somewhere else. Like whatever's just coming through, it's truly channel. Like it's just coming through, and I'm just letting it pour out. So sometimes I'm not really fully aware of even like exactly what I'm saying. Like I've had people reach out to me, oh, like I don't know, air signs was so blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what happened in air signs? I don't know. I just, yeah. They all kind of get mixed together for me. All right. So, hey, Pamela. Good to see you, babe. All right, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's find out what's in store for you for the first half of September. Of course, Pisces, you are definitely going to be feeling this eclipse. Scorpio and Cancers, I think you're going to get away with, this is going to be a much easier eclipse for you, generally speaking. Let's see here. Yes, remember the eclipses are trying to bring in change that is necessary, change that perhaps you may have been avoiding, or you're just needing that extra shove, that extra push. So expect some big changes coming up, some big revelations through this eclipse season. So let's find out for my water signs, what is the main theme of their reading and what is the potential challenge? Oops. What is the main theme? Okay. And what is the potential challenge? Okay, so the main theme of your reading, water signs, is the great serpent, the Ouroboros. Ooh, the snake, the dragon that eats its tail. Okay, so this is obviously about cycles. Let's kind of, I just had it. Okay, the tail eater, the guardian, the quantum realm. The Ouroboros is the all-encompassing glyph of the alchemical process. The hungry snake bends itself around you in a gesture of protection and guardianship, giving you the space and safety to participate in the work. Anything and everything can be offered into its mouth for transformation, good, bad, blasphemous, or precious. The materials of our life transmute into gems along the great serpent's spine. Along with your woes, the Ouroboros engulfs every pair of opposites. What is masculine becomes feminine, what is sky becomes earth, etc. So when this card appears, you have entered the quantum realm. Everything is a possibility. No one knows the limits. Just when you fell into thinking that your life was straightening out, the snake takes you again into its gaping mouth for another entirely new trajectory. So there's definitely some quantum energy that's entering your field here. That's coming into your reading, water signs. Something that is, telling you anything is kind of possible at this time. Now your challenge is antimony. Okay. The gray wolf. So again, this card is, oh, wait 1 second. We went past. Wait. Oh, here we are. Wildness, fierceness, hunger. So this is your challenge. On one hand, it represents the wild and free spirit that longs to express itself in the world. On the other hand, it represents a fierceness that can turn destructive or corrosive at the drop of a hat. The message is clear. Channel your energy toward creativity. Challenge it to come out from the shadows and express itself. So I do feel like there's something going on with your reality, water signs, where you're kind of really needing to channel in some of your more wild, ferocious kind of creative energy and allow it to penetrate through the quantum realms, because there's something that's could like really offer possibilities that you weren't even anticipating. So let's kind of go into the cards, see where we're going here. What do we need to know about the past for my water signs? Okay, we have the Six of Crystals upright. We have the King of Stars in reverse. We have the Eight of Wands in reverse. We have the Four of Stars in reverse with the Six of Wands in reverse in the heart of your spread. I'm getting a message right away for you water signs, or something that you haven't felt successful at or great about that's going to shift soon. We have the Knight of Wands coming in. Ooh, there we have the World in reverse. The Moon in reverse. First time the Moon card's coming up. What else do we need to know about the near future for... And the Emperor in reverse. Wow, the Emperor in reverse on everyone's reading. So funny. Okay, the overall energy... Oh, water signs. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse with the Five of Cups. What is going on? Okay, so overall energy is perhaps some kind of delay to like your happily ever after, right? You're feeling, I'm getting this is more for most of you like a delay. For some of you, this could be an ending to something that you thought was going to be your happily ever after. But for the most part, I'm feeling more of like, oh, it's taking so long, you know, like there's been a delay here, and this is about something like you're just like, this is my big dream. This is the big thing that I want, that I'm really like aiming for. And of course, like, you know, with the Five of Cups here underneath, this is like always like focusing on what you don't have versus like what you do have, right? It's like looking at the glass half empty versus half full. So again, there's maybe something here that needs to shift, water signs, and how you bring forward this energy. Looking into your past, you have the Six of Crystals, the King of Stars in reverse, the Eight of Wands in reverse. So I do see that you are able to kind of navigate new waters. You're like, all right, it's time to move on, time to move towards something new. You're kind of like on your way to a new destination in ways, getting yourself out of something that has felt maybe too familiar and it caused like some issues. So you're kind of in this, what I'm seeing is you're kind of on your way, right? Like there's this energy that's kind of moving through, whether you're literally doing it or it's just like you can feel the energy starting to move you there. With the King of Stars here in reverse and the Eight of Wands in reverse, I want to say for some of you water signs, you're dealing here with a higher up, someone who maybe was a higher up in your career, your work, that like just... There's been these delays of clarification around something with them. I don't know if they've left. For others of you, this could have something to do more with someone in your life who maybe just isn't showing up in the way that they say they're going to. It could also be a father figure that's a little like MIA. Again, there seems to be some sort of stalemate on communication for some of you, not getting the communication that you need or the clarity that you need. That's kind of in the mix here. So it's like I'm feeling like you're ready to move forward, like you're trying to move on, but there's also this energy that's kind of not letting it. So I am kind of seeing where the delay is coming in. So let me look at your current energy. So Four of Stars, Six of Wands in reverse, both in reverse, and then the Knight of Wands. So look, you're going to release something here in the first half of September. You're letting go. You're not holding things so tight to your chest. You're ready to release. You're ready to let go of a structure and say, all right, I'm surrendering. You know, and even though with the Six of Wands, I want to say you don't really like yet see where this is going to take you. You don't yet see the success coming in. There is some action that is being taken here. Either someone's offering you something to move forward. They're coming in with some passion. They're coming in with some heat, or this is you, like you're ready to move forward. You're letting creativity flow. That's actually translating into more forward movement for you in the area that you want. For some of you, you may even have someone make you some kind of offer in the first half of September that really gets you excited. Now, coming into the near future, we have the world in reverse, the moon in reverse, the emperor in reverse. So big energy because this is all major arcana. And again, this is about a delayed achievement. Something that you've been really wanting to kind of put a bow on, that you've been really wanting to say, finally, I've done it. I can now like move on to the next thing. I want to say something's going to get revealed around this with the moon in reverse. Something's definitely not going to be hiding in the shadows anymore. So you will be seeing something. It's going to come to light. And with the emperor here in reverse, for some of you, it could have to do with a boss. I don't know why there's so many like emperor cards coming up here, or it could just be also about maybe, oh, I am getting this message, how some of you give away your own authority on your own reality and creating it, and reclaiming that. So, which allows for the big shift. Again, I do see like creative nature, letting things fly, letting things that maybe feel like, ooh, I've never done that before. That's a little outside of my comfort zone. Like really kind of let that flow in the early parts of September, water signs, because I don't think you're going to realize exactly where it's going to take you or what doors it could be opening for you, the seeds it might be laying down in the pathway ahead of you. So let's kind of take a look at where this is going with the cards. All right, 10 of Cups in reverse. We have the Page of Swords. Yeah, something's definitely delayed. I don't know. You're just like, what the hell? Like, why am I not getting in? Again, the path is unknown. It's like, it's not clear. You're like, I don't understand where I'm going or what's happening. Like things just aren't as clear as I want them to be. And I feel like this is around, I don't know, like this is just a really delayed reality that you're kind of, you're working on, like you're wanting. So I do feel though, water signs, like some clarity is actually going to come in here, maybe in the very near future. So what is this 6 of Crystals? Okay. So we have the Tower in reverse and the Sun coming in on the 6 of Crystals. So look, there was a shakeup here, right? There's definitely a shakeup. I think you kind of saw the shakeup coming. So the Tower in reverse is just giving me this vibe like, yeah, it was disruptive, but you kind of also saw it coming. And in the end, it's actually it's a positive thing. There is positivity here. It also like gives you, for some reason, like this, there's like, okay, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to move in a bit of a different direction, maybe go on to newer pastures, something where I'm like, all right, I'm ready to move on. There's something around this that also you got a little more clarity on, but also in the end, there is mostly optimism around this. So what's this King of Stars in reverse? Okay, the World in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse. I'm just hearing that this person, this King of Stars in reverse, and again, this is the energy maybe of someone who's like departing from like your company that you work at, who's maybe in a higher position than you, or this could just be someone who is someone that you look up to for stability or strength, and they're just not showing up in those ways anymore. This also could be, again, like I said, a father figure of some kind of energy. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm getting like promises that aren't coming to a close, like they're not finishing, like they're open-ended, but like they're still hanging in the air. Like, what are these promises? I don't know why that Page of Cups, all I'm hearing is promises that aren't yet delivered. So what's this Eight of Wands in reverse? Okay, we have the Ace of Cups. So some kind of stagnant energy of communication around, okay, and there we have the Ten of Coins in reverse. Again, like how, like your dreams, perhaps in attachment to, you know, the way you're going to support yourself long term. There could just be like, I don't know, if like you feel something about like how you want to support yourself. Again, this could also be something around relationships, of not getting the commitment that you want. And again, there's just like with the Eight of Wands here in reverse, it's like there's a lack of clarity at minimum. For some of you, there's zero communication, very little communication around this. So it's creating a lot of uncertainty. What is the Four of Stars here in reverse? Okay, we have the Seven of Wands. So big surrender energy now. We have double surrender energy, letting go, laying down the sword, not with like, and then the Five of Wands. What is this? So it's like no longer wanting to be in the drama. Like, I'm just not going to deal with this. Like, and again, when I say the drama, this could also be your own internal drama. Okay. Of like, you know what? I'm not going to pay attention to that anymore. Like sometimes, you know, especially like with my water signs, you know, you're very intuitive, you're very feeling, and you know, sometimes you can just feel too many things and you don't trust what you're getting, you know, and it's just, there's something about like whatever's going on, you're surrendering to the process here, and you're foregoing like this battle. You're like, you know what? I'm just not about that right now. What's this Six of Wands in reverse? Okay, we have the Seven of Swords. And the Page of Coins in reverse. Okay. So I'm going to say something, water signs, that is maybe going to feel a little straight to the heart. I am getting from this energy that there is something that you're doing that is kind of stealing the thunder of your work in the quantum realm. So where you could be successful, it's like you aren't really, you're kind of trying to cut corners. You're trying to like maybe see if you can get away with just doing enough as opposed to like doing what needs to be done. And it does feel like maybe some of this is in the real world, like, you know, but it also feels like, I don't know, there's something where you're actually stealing from your own thunder, your own energy. And it's sabotaging your success. So what is this Knight of Wands? Okay, we have the Faith card. So the Hierophant. And the High Priestess in reverse. So there is something here that you're really moving forward. Either someone's really helping you, like bringing you some kind of offer that gets you excited, that is like restoring your faith and also removing some of the mystery that's been around you. Or for some of you, this is about you absolutely just surrendering in, taking action on what you've been getting, what you've been seeing, what you've intuitively known, and now like putting that into motion. So the Faith card is traditionally like Taurus energy, which means like you're starting to build it, right? You're starting to put the bones in there. because I am getting a little bit of a Saturnian energy for some reason off the Faith card. But not only the kind of energy of like willing to do the work, willing to like build with the right structure. So it's like is some kind of commitment too with the Faith card coming in, that you're like, all right, I'm just gonna like almost like kind of commit to the unknown. But I do feel though, like there is some sort of mystery that is being like revealed in some way. So you're not retreating anymore. You're like you're really allowing yourself to step forward in a new way. What is this World in reverse? Okay, so we have the Magician, the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and then the Judgment card. So this is like you're getting a second chance at something here, something that really has needed to be kind of something that you've been wanting to kind of put to bed, something that needs to be like, all right, I finally did this. It's an achievement. It's a closure. We're ending this cycle, this chapter, I can say, whatever. And it's like manifesting a new way of bringing in again with this Ace of Pentacles, like new opportunities of stability, security, finance, money, all of those things coming in. And I do get like, I don't know, something where you thought like it was done. It's not. It's coming back around, but in a really positive way. Like it like it's something you're excited about. It's something that you want. And I feel like in the past it didn't take as much root, and now it's going to maybe take more root. But it's also something that's very deeply aligned with your path, like your destiny, your spiritual path. But something's coming back around here. Something's getting new life. And it's getting more momentum. What's this Moon? This Moon in reverse. Justice. Okay, so something that maybe you've needed a decision on, something again, justice, legal, paperwork, contracts, something around that. It's finally getting revealed. I do feel like it's working out in your favor. And then we have the Wheel in reverse. And this is something that has been delayed. It's taken more time. Like it felt like it just wasn't moving forward in the way that you wanted it to. And finally, it feels like you're going to get the answer that you wanted, the judgment that you wanted. Things are going to work out in your favor. And that's all getting revealed to you. And this is something that's been hidden. It's been kind of like, and I'm getting this energy of like it's been lurking in the background. So what's this Emperor? What's this Emperor in reverse? Okay, we have the Nine of Swords. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So again, for some of you, if there's been some kind of stress or fear, that is getting relieved, but it's also like allowing you to maybe, for some of you, you're cutting ties with someone that you worked with who just wasn't a good leader or boss or something of that nature. For others of you, this is where you were giving your own authority away and you're no longer going to operate that way. You're not going to procrastinate. You're not going to build in a way that is kind of janky, like you're like, okay, there's like a level of seriousness coming in that's really helping, but it's also it's coming in because there's some kind of stress relief that's happened here. So I think it has something to do with what this is, whatever this is. But I do feel like you're going to start to see some kind of new movement, new opportunity. The way you might be working with new people soon. You might be working in a different way soon for some of you. So I do feel like that's going to be coming in for some of you water signs. So that's my reading for you. So I feel like it's really important, water signs, for you to kind of lean into some more of your creative talents and passions and strengths, to move the energy and to not sabotage it through ways that where you're maybe cutting corners or not putting in the due diligence that you need to build the right foundations for the dreams that you're really wanting. So yeah. Okay. Oh, did the Wi-Fi did the did the broadcast get disrupted? That's what I want to say. Okay, so air signs, you guys are next. Okay. All right, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Let's see what's in store for you. Love that it was spot on for you, girl. I love that that works out every time for you. All right, what's in store for my air signs? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How are all my Libras doing with Mars in your sign right now? I don't know. When Mars was in Cancer, I swear to God, I must have cut myself so many times. I injured myself, cut myself. Oh, it was just like one accident after another. And that's what happens when Mars is in your sign. Stupid little things like that. Ooh, the King of Cups just came out there, which we haven't seen yet in any of the readings. All right. What is in store for my air signs for this upcoming eclipse season, first half of September? We're looking also at that full moon lunar eclipse. Remember, lunar eclipses are definitely the ones that we feel more than the solar eclipses. Solar eclipses tend to be a little more world stage-like, but the lunar ones is all about the people. It's very like personal, so it really affects more of our personal lives. And it's so crazy. Again, I'm just going to remind you guys, for any of you who may have like missed the beginning, which I highly suggest you go back and listen to the astrology for what this eclipse is kind of bringing. And if it's really going to be really helpful for you to understand what this eclipse is doing for you by going back to the year 2006, like summertime, fall. Okay, summer, fall time, this time like in 2006, and like what was kind of going on for you. Because when I look back, it's literally almost the exact same thing, but just a little bit of a different narrative, different like things. Like I said, at that point, I was getting ready I had applied to work in the Cayman Islands, and I got hired, which meant I had to change jobs, change places, and that was all to do with my 9th, 10th house, which is where this kind of stuff happens for me for this particular eclipse. And I'm kind of dealing with very similar things in that nature right now as well. So just think back, like what was kind of going on at that time? What were the big changes that were kind of pushing you to leave something behind, go out of your comfort zone, and kind of propel you towards your destiny? This is going to give you an idea of what could be coming up around this time for you in this particular eclipse. Okay, so with all that being said, air signs, let's find out what is the main theme of your reading and what is the potential challenge. Okay. Ah, okay. And what is the potential challenge? All right. I'm glad we didn't get any doubles coming up. So air signs, the main theme of your reading is Mercury. So this may have something to do with communication. This may have something to do with your ideas. Mercury rules are a lot of things. It rules our communication systems. It rules all things to do like with writing, speaking. It rules the news. It rules invention, science. It also rules your daily habits, your routines, things of that nature. So again, this could have something to do with your thoughts, your ideas, but also like Mercury is very fast moving. And that is something in particular that is important about this card for some reason that's coming through. It's a very fast moving planet. Of course, Geminis, you guys are ruled by Mercury. But there's something about speed. And the reason I say that too is because we have the challenge is the resin card. So this is about something being held in time and space, right? We use resin to put something that we can observe, like a paperweight, or, like for instance, this is resin, right? Which was made by Daniela, one of my clients many years ago. And like, as you can see, there are things that are held in space and time inside of these things. So, I mean, beautiful coasters, by the way, love them. And so there is something, perhaps I feel like you're getting ready to move on that you need to let go of, or it can no longer stay still. Let me just kind of go into the resin card for you really quickly, just to see if I get any more kind of hits of insight here for you. Holding, adhering, surrounding. Yeah, it offers both stability and transparency. It's been used to capture an object in time and place, preserving it for observation or adoration. Okay, so its qualities are protective, sealing, and hardening. When this card appears, there is a holding that's occurring either literally or psychically. While well-intended, someone may be limiting the one they wish to protect. There may be an aspect of nostalgia at work in the laboratory and unwillingness to let go or change. And that's what I'm feeling. Like, I'm feeling like there's something, because the Mercury card is here, and I'm getting a very strong sense that something is time to move, and it's time to move fast. Like, there's something about that coming through. So let's see where the cards are taking us, air signs. And again, if you're just here, please hit the like button. Love you guys. Okay, the World card is coming up. And you know what? I'm not surprised the World is actually coming up in everyone's reading, and it's in reverse, because Pisces, the North Node, this is about endings, right? There is something that's really leaning us into the Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It's right before new beginnings start. And so with the North Node being there, and this is where the moon is, there is something that we have to lean into. What needs completion? What needs, like, what loose ends maybe need to be tied, before, so that we can move into the area that we're being called. The Four of Crystals in reverse. Hey, Michelle, girl. Oh, it was on your end? Okay. And we have the Strength card coming up. Okay. Coming into the current energies for my air signs. We have the Knight of Stars in reverse. Like I said, there's that holding energy. That stopped energy. Oof. Three of crystals in the heart of your spread. And then the Nine of Crystals. Air signs, what is going on here for you? I mean, In Libra, you got Mars in your sign, which is squaring Jupiter, which is ruling this full moon eclipse. And then obviously Geminis, you are in a square to this eclipse. Okay, we have the King of Cups. Finally, the King of Cups coming up in your future. So a little bit of brighter energy. Ooh, the Eight of Wands. There's that fast movement I was talking to you about. And the Eight of Cups. Yeah, okay. You're definitely needing to let go. Overall energy. The Knight of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Cups. I think this is our first Seven of Cups all reading. Okay, so air signs. I'm getting that this reading is more for those of you who feels like there's some kind of heartache or heartbreak in the mix, or like if it's not necessarily romantic, it's like someone did you wrong, someone did you dirty, or someone like, I don't know, betrayed you in some way, or really disappointed you. And it might be really time to kind of like really let that narrative go, really let go of something to do in that nature, because there's something brighter opening up for you on the horizon, but it's really hard for that to move in if you're still like consumed by this. And I use the word consumed because it does feel like it's consuming things. So in the past, you have the World in reverse, the Four of Crystals, and then in reverse and the Strength card. So again, it's like there feels like there was some kind of ending here, something, but it didn't fully end, right? Like it's just still kind of hanging in the winds, hanging in limbo. And with the Four of Crystals in reverse, this is like, there's just some kind of like agitation. There's some kind of irritation of really kind of going in and getting like the introspective that you need, or really taking the time to retreat and go within, look at things from like a much more internal perspective. Or even just taking your time to heal, like that could just be it. And with the Strength card here, it just feels like this is for those of you where you kind of been going through it. I'm not going to lie. This is for the Aquarius, Geminis, and Libras that have been kind of going through it. You've been tested. Your strength has been tested. You felt like you needed courage to move forward. You've been trying to draw on inner strength, but like, it also feels as you draw on that inner strength, it also feels like you're depleting at the same time for some reason. So what I'm seeing here is in the current energies, we have the Knight of Stars in reverse, the Three of Crystals, Nine of Crystals. Look, something's coming to a halt. Like you have to look at something where you've been stuck on something, focused, and in some cases for some of you, even obsessed. And it's something that's really caused you pain. And this is kind of coming up for you in the first half of September. I think this is what you're going to be releasing with the eclipse. Something that, has maybe kept you up at night, not allowed you to get the best nights of sleep. You've been overthinking, overanalyzing, going over in your head, like all these different scenarios. Also like in some ways, like killing yourself with your own thoughts. And like, so there's something around like the way you're seeing things, the way you're thinking about things, that is really kind of coming up for change. Like you've been in some kind of holding pattern, air signs that you're really needing to like let go of. The good news is that I'm seeing that happening for you very near in the future. So I do think this eclipse is bringing that up for you to look at. So it feels like it's a little hard. And this is just for those air signs that this really applies to. Bless me. Okay. Now in your near future, you have the King of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Cups. So here's what's really good. You potentially have someone coming into your life that is potentially someone who could be your person, someone you deeply care about, who cares about you. This could also be someone who's like a very strong intuitive coming into your life, but like it's getting things moving. Like something's coming in fast and hot. Okay. Like the Eight of Wands, I'm getting like the change is coming in. Get ready. I also feel like you're going to be hit with some information that you're just like, whoa, but in a good way. Okay. And again, it's going to finally help you put the thing that you need to put behind you. and really start walking towards the thing that's calling you. So that's where like the good news does come in here for you. Air signs. If I didn't go over this enough, I'm all of a sudden just wondering if I did. Again, the Knight of Cups in reverse is just kind of a sense of rejection, and also like feeling like maybe disillusioned by like, you know, not really knowing like what's kind of going on, like what happened, you know, like almost disillusioned by the loss or the rejection or not receiving what it is that you wanted to get or what you hope for, something along those natures. So let's kind of see what this Knight of Cups in reverse is on a deeper level. All right, we have the 9 of Wands in reverse and the 2 of Coins in reverse. So yeah, there's been this part of you that's just like feeling like kind of hopeless, wanting to give up, you know, with the 2 of Coins. Like there's overwhelm. There's knowing though that like you can't just keep weighing the options. Like you gotta make a choice here. And that's kind of like what's coming up. It's like, it's time to move forward. It's time to put something behind you, something that you've been holding on to, observing, looking at, almost like holding it in time and space, whether it's been literal or metaphorically. What's this World? What's this World card in reverse? Okay, we have the Magician. And the Ace of Swords in reverse. So look, it feels like there's something here that like was ending, but also still didn't. And it feels like you felt like you could make it work in some way. But really with the Ace of Swords in reverse is telling me that there was some kind of illusion or false belief here that was kind of keeping you tied to this, that really wasn't serving you, but you still were like, let me just use this. Let me work with it, you know? And really what I'm seeing here with the 4 of Crystals here in reverse is like there was some kind of avoidance of healing. Yeah, 7 of Swords. So almost like betraying yourself, like betraying, or maybe there was betrayal for some of you and that's why it was so hard to really face it. I don't know. Why do air signs always do this? Air signs always get like these. Okay, then we have the Star in reverse. Okay, so, or not star, it's not in reverse, it's upright. Okay, so with these 2 cards coming in here, there's some kind of disillusionment around like, you know how like you can have like that hopium is what I want to say, like the hopium where you just kind of keep hoping that something will change, something will shift, you know? And it's like, in a way, you're just like kind of betraying yourself. And instead of like just going in and dealing with it now, like that's what I'm seeing here in the past. So what's the Strength card? Okay, it's like the Strength card. You have the 8 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. So again, it's like, you know, like you're trying, it feels like you were like, okay, there is a part of you that wanted to move on, but you're tired. Like you're trying to have the courage to move on, but you're tired. And I do get this sense like it drained you. Like there was a part of you that did try, but also like, I don't know if I can do this. So it feels like you kind of oscillated between the 2 polarities. What's the Knight of Stars in reverse? Okay, 7 of Cups in reverse, which is good. I'm glad that's actually coming up because, yeah, and then the 5 of Swords. Look, no way to slice or dice this, air signs. This is like hard energy, okay? It's difficult, but it's for a reason, okay? It's time is what I'm hearing. It's time to like put this to bed. With the Knight of Stars here in reverse, like something again that is just not moving forward. It's like you're stuck on it. It's like I'm just seeing like I'm getting an image of a car's wheels stuck in mud, like just going around in circles. Like you keep spinning your wheels but not going anywhere. And there's something around where you're gonna have to face this. And again, with the 5 of Swords, sometimes this can be self-sabotaging energy. And it's like I think you're confronting some of the illusions that perhaps you attached yourself to. Again, like false beliefs or things, the way you thought, the way you saw things, the way you perceive things. What's this 3 of Crystals? I do think you're going to go through a big healing here in the first half of September. Yeah. Okay. 9 of Cups on your Three of Crystals. Something that, you know, you really wanted, but like there's some heartache or some loss or pain around this. The moon, and again, it's like the moon casts a shadow, right? This is like a dark night of the soul energy on like what it is, like you want something so much, but there's so much heartache or like pain around this. And again, I'm getting like dark night of the soul kind of shadow energy that's coming through here. So like you're really being called to confront this. This eclipse is definitely bringing this up for you. Again, this is pretty specific. So this is not going to resonate with all you air signs, okay? This is for the air signs that are like, you know, it's time for you to like let go of this thing that you've been so focused on, like holding in time and space and hoping it's going to change. What's this Nine of Crystals? Okay, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So when I see the Page of Swords in reverse, this is sometimes like, okay, like whoever this was, it feels like it's about someone, okay, or at least someone else is involved. And with these cards, the Page of Crystals in reverse, the Page of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Cups in reverse, and then the King of Wands. This is someone that you were very like magnetized to. You felt some deep connection to, or you just felt like I don't know, there was just some kind of chemistry, or like even if it's not romantic, like there was just some kind of soul tie or pull or something, that this person just like had charm or I don't know what. And like, but there was rejection and there was some kind of like lies, it feels like, whether it was like you didn't want to see the lies or you lied to yourself about something. But I don't know, like all of this is kind of coming up. Like this is a big heavy energy. I'm not going to lie, air signs. You're having to face this, but there's a reason for it because there's something good on the other side coming in. So you have to look at this during this eclipse. It's really pulling the veil back for you. What's this King of Cups? Because someone who actually really cares about you is kind of coming in. And we have the Four of Coins coming in here. Someone who, the Emperor upright. Finally, we get the Emperor upright. I'm going to pull one more card on this King of Cups. And the Ace of Coins in reverse. So look, this is someone who's very protective, secure, has strong foundations, and is also possibly like also very like got their life together, very in charge. And I'm getting the sense that there is this desire to start putting down some sort of tangible beginnings with you, right? But right now it's a little lofty, and it really is going to depend on how fast you can move through this healing. Now, when I say that, this isn't like this is for the people like you've been needing to do this, okay? Like this isn't like taking you by surprise right now, air signs. This isn't me like telling you like, whoa, I didn't even like know that I need to, like, you know what I'm talking about, okay? And so like there's something here that you really need to kind of clear out of your field, because I do see something very secure, very protective in a good way, not like in a bad way, coming in that like wants to like almost like take care of you or your heart in the way that it wasn't in the past. What's this Eight of Wands? What's this Eight of Wands? We have the Tower. Woo, I told you. It's going to hit you out of nowhere. That's what I felt. It's like, whatever this is, you're going to be like, whoa. Like something's going to come in hot, fast, and it's going to like change up things. So what else do we need to know about this Eight of Wands? Because you got big change coming in. And okay, Knight of Coins. It feels like, I feel like it's about something that finally allows you to move forward. Like wherever you were stuck, you're no longer stuck. It like allows you to get unstuck. Let me pull one more card. Yeah, and the Six of Wands in reverse. This is tied to something that like you literally didn't feel good about, right? Like so it's kind of coming in, it's going to reveal something to you, it's going to shake it all up, and in a way like it's setting you free. Like you're getting the information that you need that's like, okay, I'm done. You know, it's like, it's kind of like a little bit of a bitch slap from the universe. I'm not going to lie, but it's a needed one. I mean, I remember when I've been like so stuck on something for years and just like hoping and praying and like it's going to change in some way. And then like finally getting the bitch slap I needed. But it was so good when it came through because I was just like, it's almost like I'm so repulsed by the fact that I held on for so long and like whatever it was, I'm just like done. So it's the thing that makes you so done that you can finally move forward if you're catching my drift. So what's the Eight of Cups here? What's this Eight of Cups? Ooh, Four of Wands. For some of you, I'm seeing you finally like getting a new relationship. I'm not going to lie. Like, this is for those of you who are not currently in relationship. Okay. But like, this is giving you I'm getting like very strong foundations here. What else about this Eight of Cups? Like finally moving towards something that, you know, makes you actually happy. Yeah. Five of Cups, upright. So it's like you're walking away from something where, like, you know, you've really just kind of always tried. This is actually going to be a little bit of a reverse of how I'm seeing things. Like the Five of Cups is like looking at the glass half empty versus half full, right? But like now you're going to look at it, you're going to see what really was empty. You're not going to like glorify what was, you know, you're going to actually see things for what they were. And you're going to realize, that really wasn't all it was cracked up to be. Like, so this is a good thing. What else? Any other energies that we need to know about this Eight of Cups for my air signs? Yeah. Five of Wands. So you're leaving chaos behind you. You're leaving drama. You're leaving the things that like were tearing you up inside. You're leaving that all behind. And I just see like you're moving towards something like that is either like, whether this is a relationship that's coming in now or it's starting to operate, like it's going to start building towards that. You're like clearing space for something that actually supports you. And again, it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but it could just be like a really supportive relationship to you. So depending on like how this story is playing out for you, but listen, you got to like let something go here, air signs. Like enough is enough, done. Like stop obsessing over it. It's not working. Let it go and allow like for this new thing to kind of come in because it does feel like it's ready. So you're going to have to like move through this dark night of the soul really fucking fast. I'm not going to lie. So, but at the same time, when I say that, it also feels like you're ready to move through it fast, you know, like you've got everything that you need to move through it. It's just, there's been so much freaking delay from a lot of hopium that it's like no more. So I don't know. That's what I'm getting for you, air signs. I know that's not going to apply to all of you other air signs because that one feels pretty darn specific. But that's what happens sometimes when I do these readings. So again, hit the like button, please. And remember that if you're wanting your divine data drop, remember I've got my new oracle now that she's built on my website behind the scenes, no longer on ChatGPT, and she's really impressing me with what she's delivering. If you want your own divine data drop, just a one-time read, you can get that in the description below. You can also apply that to a membership if you love what you got. And so like no loss of cost there for you. And don't forget, we are 4 weeks out from the 3-day 180 retreat. This is going to be a very transformational retreat. The people that are already coming, like I said in the beginning, are very, very strong in their frequency, their energy field, how they manipulate the field. You will be in excellent company. And whenever we get into group settings like this, and these are group journeys, even though it's an individual journey, you're doing your journey in a group setting. Like everyone's energy is contributing to the container being this massive transformational space. So, like, everything just gets elevated. So, that means like the aha moments, the kind of guides that start coming in, the galactic interaction starts to get heightened. All of that is there. And I'm really excited. Also, this is at a brand new location. I'm super excited about the space that we're going to be in. I'm hoping to do a live fire ceremony inside. So all of that is in the description below. Guys, I love you. Have an amazing long weekend for those of you here in North America. Have a great time. And I will see you on Tuesday for the live with Mary Ducina right here at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Okay, love you.